What's going on, YouTube? Sins of Wrath here. How are you guys doing today? I'm not so good, but let's go ahead and cut to the gameplay real quick. Got some gameplay on Seatown using the striker. Yes, I am using a noob gun. I pretty much come to a point of this game that I'm like, whatever. I don't care anymore. I don't care what I'm using. I am just simply getting tired of getting shot by a dual FMG9s, some guy camping in a corner with a type, or, being a striker noob like I am myself right now in this video. So, I'm pretty much done with it. I'm going to use whatever I want to. There's a reason behind it. These guns are overpowered, and we all know it. And you know what? I'm just going to do my own thing. I'm going to be happy with it, and there it is. I got some good gameplay, by the way, for you guys, so I hope you guys enjoy that. So let's jump into why I'm not so happy. Well, I'm not happy because about 2 weeks ago, so I met a guy on Facebook, and come to find out he was my cousin from Germany. Now, you guys know that, if you don't know, but I am from Germany originally. I came over this country in 1990, and my father was German. So was my mother, and I never really got to know my father because when I was 4 years old, my mom, told him to hit the road. He was an alcoholic. He had no good intentions for the family, and my mom said, you don't need to. I didn't need to grow up in that. So she did the right thing. She got rid of him. So I don't blame her for that at all, and I think she did the right thing. She was a strong woman. She did the right thing for what she needed to do to support the family, including me. I ended up finding out from this guy that I met on Facebook that my father had actually died 2 years ago, and it made me a little sad because I didn't really have an opportunity to know him. Any child, any son or daughter should meet both of their parents, their biological parents. They should get to know them for some point. Find out maybe the why. Why didn't you change yourself to be here for me, or anything really? So it made me a little sad. Now on top of that, this morning, Friday morning, around 8 o'clock, I ended up getting a phone call from my mother, which she told me my grandfather had died. That kind of hit me a little harder. I'm not so happy about that whatsoever. That was a good man. He was a family man. He was a great provider to his family, and he was strong in every sense of the word. So, Grandpa, rest in peace. Let's go ahead and break this down to the meat and potatoes of this video here. I want to talk to you guys about SOPA. If you haven't heard about it, you're probably blind or you're deaf. I'm not sure. Just about every commentator out there that I'm subscribed to, everybody has this thing posted at some point or has talked about it one way or another on any one of their videos. So, but one thing I'm going to do, where I'm going to deviate from these other commentators, is I'm going to actually break SOPA completely down to parade rest. And especially for my younger viewers that might not understand it completely, I'm going to go ahead and break it down because I had to do a lot of research on the internet by myself just to figure out what is this thing going to do, where its pros and where its cons are. Alright, so here it is. Okay, SOPA was originally started on the 26th of October of last year. Alright, started out in Texas, and I'm going to call SOPA the Hollywood bill, okay? And I'm going to tell you why. Because originally, SOPA was an anti-piracy bill, and the way they thought about it is they would attack any foreign websites that are pirating or ripping stuff off from American movie companies, Warner Brothers, Fox, etc., etc., and they're showing it and making a profit off of it on their websites overseas. So right now we're all going, oh, this isn't a bad idea, right? Well, I'm going to break this down a little farther to you. Let's do this for example. Okay, Warner Brothers decided that there's a site in Italy that has torrented their video, one of their videos. Let's use the Batman movie, The Dark Knight, okay? So they took The Dark Knight and they put it on their website. They got this guy set up with PayPal, and people are paying $5 to watch this movie. And they got ad stuff going on. Let's use AdSense, for example. And they got, they're making money. Everybody's making money off of this video that Warner Brothers made. But Warner Brothers did not give them the right to the royalties to take this movie. So now Warner Brothers is saying, well, I'm coming after you. And first thing they're going to do is they're going to put out this letter, and it's called a good faith belief letter. And they're going to send it to places like Google and Yahoo and NBC or anything that has a search engine related to it. And those companies have to abide within 5 days to remove any search that includes that website from their search engine altogether. Now you think, well, not so far, not so bad, right? Once again, but that's not only it. Now companies like PayPal that are taking money, they are forced to remove themselves and refuse any payments taken from it. Any ad companies that are on those websites, they have to remove their ads. And the worst part of it all is that any ISP relation to that company, any people are trying to watch that website are now completely gone. You cannot watch that website anymore. So we're talking, we're just talking, we're talking jobs, okay, on top of that. Overall, it doesn't seem that bad, except for the entire, forcing people to get completely out of the website. It's getting a little too deep, okay? The worst part of it all is this entire process would be completely unchecked. There would be no interference from anybody. Warner Brothers could do this all on their own. And as long as Google or any of those other websites agree to go fall through with taking them out of the search engine, nothing else is going to ever come of it. Now, if Google or any of those companies decide to say yes or say no, we're not going to do this, they could simply turn around and then it would go to court. So that's how that would pan itself out. On top of that, if you guys ever seen, like on your Facebook, for example, you have these ads and all this stuff. On YouTube, you have these ads, and that could be attacked too, And the fact of the matter is, if you think about it, Google owns YouTube, which is what we are, the commentators. We're on YouTube, which is part of Google. And I could use this in an adverse effect, and what I mean by this is where the bill gets negative. If I had somebody out there I did not like, a commentator, I could claim that he stole some of my stuff. And because it's completely unrestricted, or nobody's checking it, or is going behind it, I can do whatever I want. Now, I can just go, no, this guy stole my crap. I would draft a letter, send it to Google. Google would have 5 days to either say yay or nay, and most likely they will say yeah. And this person that I don't like, they're going to go ahead and shut his channel completely down. They would remove the AdSense. They would remove anything that he ever posted, and his channel would be gone. Doesn't matter if this guy had 1 million subs. He's done. Completely adverse effect on him, okay? Yeah, there is your negative side to the house because it's completely unchecked. You can do whatever you want, which is the part right now that sucks with it. And if Google or other places decide not to do it, the government could simply step in and shut them down altogether. And so now we're talking all of YouTube is gone because of one act of somebody trying to shut down his rival. It's pretty sad, right? So the other thing that's really sad about it is that we already have something in the United States for that. It's called the DMCA, the Digital Millennium Copyright Act. This was put out a while. If you ever tried to watch a video and it says this video has been removed, well, there you go. That's the DMCA because there was a copyright issue. Boom, it's gone. So it's obviously working. Now, there are companies out there like Pirate Bay, which are overseas. Those companies have been avoiding this entire shutdown thing for years. They've been avoiding it like crazy, okay? And any ads that they have on their websites, they're not even US-based. They're foreign-based, so it wouldn't even affect them. So overall, the DMCA is doing its job, and this entire SOPA thing probably most likely wouldn't do anything but hurt the internet and hurt us, the people that are behind, like me doing this commentary right now. Or you trying to access websites like Wikipedia, which brings me to the next thing. On the 18th, Wikipedia shut down its website for 24 hours. In those 24 hours, 184 million people tried to access it with getting nothing but a black screen and a little thing in there saying contact SOPA for the bill, to tell them no to SOPA. So 184 million people in 24 hours. This is just a perfect example of it. These shutdowns that are going on for that. But the good news is, I think about 5 representatives of the House and other officials, the sworn officials, they have already stepped down. They already pulled themselves out of this entire bill because of the strong opposition that people like you and I are doing on these guys. We're talking millions of emails getting shot to DC about this bill. Say no, blah, 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 this, that, and the other. Overall, guys, the summary really for SOPA is this. If SOPA would actually go in effect, we're talking about a complete censorship. Somebody would have complete censorship over the internet. What you watch and what you do on the internet, they will know and they will see. Everything social media related, okay? It's all those websites, okay? And it will also prevent any new websites, any new ideas that come out. They wouldn't happen. Because somebody would say, this is my rival. I can just pull anything out of my ass and stop this from happening. That's SOPA for you guys. That's why if you guys ever get anything like I did, I got messages on Facebook and emails, say no to the bill. It's not worth it, okay? Some ideas are good, but most of them are not. Say no to the bill, guys. That's all I got, guys. This is the end of the video, and I hope you guys have a nice weekend. And don't forget, as always, don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. And I will talk to you later. Have a wonderful weekend. Peace.